Hi guys. Sorry about my voice today. It's really bad because of last night and the screaming and everything, and because I was ill before that, my voice was like gone a bit. But please ignore my voice and please ignore my hair. Don't know what's happening with it today, actually. Anyway, today's going to be about my Magcon VIP experience. First off, I'm going to start with a rant about how the show was put together. So I went to Magcon Birmingham in the UK, and I think that the show was put together very unorganised. And I think that because VIPs are supposed to check in, go inside at 11:15, and all the rest of the people are supposed to go in at 1:30. So I live in Sheffield. Me and my friend live in Sheffield. So we got to Birmingham. My dad drove us to Birmingham for about, I think we got there at 8:30. I had to get up at 5 o'clock to get there for like 8:30. So we got to Magcon, Birmingham, at 8:30, and we stood in the queue, and we weren't that far back. We were like at a good spot in the queue to be let in at 11:15. Or what we thought we were going to be let in at 11:15. But we weren't let in at 11:15, and when it got to like 12:15, we started asking the security that were walking past like what was happening, and they were like, oh right, like the boys like are here and stuff. They were just like making up excuses and like saying that they were doing meetings. They said that they had a meeting, like they were doing a meeting, and to decide when we were going to be allowed to be let in. So while we were waiting in the queue, they split VIPs into one queue, and they split obviously general admission, photo op and priority into separate queues, but we were the furthest away from the doors. Now that don't make sense to me, because wouldn't they take them to the front of the queue, like the front of the doors, but they took us like furthest away from the doors, which confused me. And we were supposed to get let in first. Like VIPs are supposed to be let in, and then photo op, and then photo op go and have their photos. So VIP can be at the front and like, you know, be the people at the show. But they didn't do that like for us. They just like, it was just really unorganised. So about 10 o'clock we saw a van go past, and it had Trey, Christian, Colby I think, and some people in the van. Everyone was screaming, banging on the windows. That van went in, and we were like, right, well Cameron, Aaron, all them, Hunter, have got to be inside because it's too late for them to be showing up now. So about 11:30, you know, after we were supposed to be let in like ages ago, a second van comes. Now who's in that second van? Cameron, Aaron, Taylor, were all in the van Snapchatting us, and I was like, great, like they've only just come, so they've got to do sound checks and everything inside, so we're not going to be let in for like another hour. So we were like, Hunter, Brandon must be inside. Well, we were wrong again. They show up an hour later in the same bus, so the bus has like gone back and got Hunter and like Brandon and all them and brought them to like the venue. So they all came like an hour after each other. So we were like, well, we were supposed to be let in ages ago. That means photo op hasn't even started. That means the show can't start for like another couple of hours anyway. So we were like, what's happening? So we asked security again, and they told us that we'd be let in at 1:30 with everyone else. So we were like, yeah, but we're VIPs, we were supposed to be let in like ages ago. And they were like, yeah, but there's been some problems, so can't let you in. Anyway, they started giving out the VIP wristbands, but I don't have mine because at the end of the meet and greet, they chop like the wristband off and give you this and the poster, but my poster's downstairs. So they don't let you keep the wristband, but they give out the wristbands in the queue, obviously, to save time, because they were running so far behind with the rest of the show. When we finally got in, we checked the Snapchat stories of the boys, and they were outside cutting each other's hair. So yeah, they were supposed to be inside the venue, like getting everything sorted, like starting the show, and they were outside cutting each other's hair. Now I love, obviously, Magcon, but how can they be outside cutting each other's hair when they're already late to the venue, late for everything else, and like they should have started the show, but we found out that they'd done like a photo op and everything, and they were outside like filming for the Magcon Snapchat story, but they should have been like in the venue performing, because that's what they needed to do. With everyone was already mad. There was parents shouting at the security guards saying that the Magcon boys were like unmannered and stuff. The parents of the people that were there were going mad, and obviously I can understand why. But when the show started, it was Colby and Christian mostly that did the show, because they had to get the VIPs started straight away, which is obviously a good thing because they were already late, so they had to get the VIPs started straight away. So Cameron and Aaron performed She Bad, and then they called Group A for the meet and greet. We were at a B. We met some friends there. Me and Jade met some friends there, and we went with them like the whole time, and we met them in the queue, and we were with them the whole of Magcon, from like going into Magcon and coming out of Magcon. We stayed with them the whole time. They were super nice, and yeah, so we were all at a B because we all wanted to stay together, so we all like give our tickets together, and we were all at a B. So the show was amazing though, kind of. But when you get out of the crowd to go meet them, you don't really want to get back into the crowd because it's just too much and it's too warm, and my legs were hurting, so we just sat down at the back when we finished the meet and greet. But when they called, first Colby came out into the crowd and he was like taking photos and like taking pictures, and even though we were quite far to the back because they let like photo op in before us, so there was like already loads of people, and we wanted to buy merch before we like went into their thing. So because we were so far back, I just leant over and like put my phone like in his face, and he took it and he took a picture, so I saw that picture here. Yeah, so that was super cool. And then went in when they shouted let be to queue up for VIP, like the meet and greet, and I was so excited and I was crying and everything because I got to meet Cameron Dallas. But if I could advise one thing when you're meeting them, try not to be nervous like me, because I went bright red. Pictures were horrible, like I hate the pictures that I had took with them, and I wanted to ask Cameron to like get on his back or something, but I was too nervous to ask him, so I ended up just kissing him on the cheek, and I wanted him to kiss me on the cheek, but I only kissed him on the cheek, and I was super upset that I didn't get like the picture I wanted with Cameron, and it was because I was too nervous. So like, don't be nervous when you meet them, because like, and I think they were tired as well, because Cameron seemed to be really tired, and he didn't seem to be like jumping about and doing his usual thing. He seemed like, I don't know, like quite down. Which is not usually what Cameron's like at the meet and greets, like from what I've seen. I think the nicest person I met there though was Hunter and Taylor. Taylor was super nice. Like, you wouldn't expect Taylor to be as nice as he was. Like, I just think Taylor and Hunter and Blake were like the nicest people, but obviously still a Cameron girl. I still love Cameron. I just think he was tired because of the jet lag and like coming over from USA. I just think they should have been more organised in what they did, but obviously I love Magcon so much, so I'm not like saying anything against them. I'm just saying that the show was like pretty unorganised. So the first person was Taylor, and Taylor was sat down, and Taylor was putting people on his Snapchat story, and my friend got put on his Snapchat, Jade got put on his Snapchat story. You know who Jade is. So I'll insert the picture of Jade on his Snapchat story here, because she had his hoodie, so he put her on his Snapchat story. Oh, cute. Yeah, and I got my video with Taylor, but they kind of cut the people who are filming the videos, like they film like they don't film as soon as you meet them, unless they're just passing your camera. They like film halfway through, so they didn't get me hugging Taylor, but I wanted that picture because I like proper went in for the hug, but they didn't take the picture or like film me going up to him and like hugging him, so I was really upset about that. The next person was Chris Miles, and he was super sweet. I went up to him and I like hugged him, and I was like, I love you so much, and I said I love you to all of them, and he was like, no you don't. Well, he hugged me and then we took the picture, and I was like, I love you so much, because I don't think he heard me. And then he was like, and then they cut the video off, but honestly, like, oh, if you could have just heard it, he was like, no you don't, and I was like, yeah I do, and he was like, well I love you so much more, and then we hugged, and here's the video. But you can't see the bit where he says I love you more. The next person after Chris was Brandon. I want to say Brandon was next. So Brandon's so small. I wanted to ask him to get on my back, but again I was way too nervous and like way too upset because I've been crying in the queue before. But then when I met them, my adrenaline was like going, and I wasn't crying, but I was upset, but I wasn't. But it was just such a mess. Like, I don't remember some of it because it was too much. So Brandon was like, I'm sorry for being so short, and I was like, it's fine. And then we hugged, and I like put my arms around him to take the picture, but I should have just put like one arm around him because I was trying to bend down and hug him at the same time. I'll set the video here.
Order the food. Ordering dinner.
It's not very good. My face looks bad in all of them. I'm really sorry. The next person after Brandon was Hunter. Hunter was the nicest person ever. And I went up to Hunter and I hugged him, and he like rocked me from side to side, and we hugged for like ages. Literally ages. We hugged for ages. And he was like, never let go, beautiful, and I was like, I'll see if you can hear like him say it, because I can only hear it sometimes I watch it. So like, if you want to hear him say it, you have to watch it quite a few times to like hear him. But he was like, never let go, beautiful, and I was like, and I was like, I love you so much, and he was like, I love you too. And we took the picture, and he like closed his eyes, and he like, and then I did the same, but I was like, because I looked so bad on the picture because I was so nervous. Like, I just did what he did, but it looked so bad. But I'll insert the video here.
I thought you were
the next person was Blake. Did Blake come before Brandon or after? I can't remember. Blake came either before Brandon and Hunter or after Brandon and Hunter. I can't remember which one. Anyway, Blake was. So I hugged Blake, and he hugged me for ages. Blake's hugs are life, and he hugged me for ages, and I was like, I love you, and he was like, I love you too. And then it kind of looks in the video like we're about to kiss, because I was just looking into his eyes because I thought he was going to say something, and then he just like leaned to the side and like hugged me, but it looked like we were about to kiss. Like we looked into each other's eyes for like quite a while. Yeah, everyone else said it looks like we're about to kiss as well, but we're not. Well, he wasn't going to kiss me, but I can't say I wasn't going to kiss him. Oh, Blake was so nice. Yeah, and then it was Aaron, I think. Aaron came next. Aaron's mum was videoing Aaron. So I gave her the camera and I went and I hugged Aaron, and then it looks in the video, and I hate it how it looks because Aaron's like my second favourite after Cameron. Even though I love them all, and it looks in the video like I don't like Aaron, and it's not that, it's because my cheeks were twitching because I was so nervous, and then Jade was like, okay, cheeks are twitching, so I looked at her and it looked like I was like giving a dirty look to like Aaron or something. It just looked like I didn't want to be with him, but I did. It was just, I was trying to get my cheeks to stop twitching, and it's so annoying because I wanted that to be a nice video.
Okay, going Destiny's and Boys.
So the next person I went up to was Cameron, obviously, and I was so nervous at Cameron. I don't remember any of what happened, only from the video. So I went up to Cameron and I like hugged him, and I was like held on to him like so hard because I didn't want to let go. I had a letter for Cameron that I wrote, and so I asked him to kiss, like I asked him if I could kiss him on the cheek, and I said I love you first, and then he was like I love you too, and then I asked him if I could kiss him on the cheek, and he was like yeah, and I wanted him to kiss me on the cheek like after, but he didn't, and I was like really upset about that, but oh well. So I'll insert the video here.
Ready? Big smiles. Perfect. Got it. So cute.
And then I forgot to give Cameron the letter, and I asked the security guard, I was like, can you give this to Cameron? And she was like, no, I can't, sorry, you'll have to go find one of his managers and or the event managers and give it to them and like get them to give it to him. So I was like, I'm not going to go and find an event manager. And she was like, but you need to get out of like this meet and greet because you've met them all. And I was like, I need to give this letter to Cameron. So I went up to another security that gave me the thing and the poster, and I was like, can you give this to Cameron please, because she stood near him. I was like, can you give this to Cameron please? And she was like, which one's Cameron? And I was like, the one in the red shirt, like, because he was there. And she was like, you just go give it him. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, just go give it him. So I like walked past her to like where Cameron was, and then Cameron ran out onto stage, and I think he sung something. So I was just kind of waiting for him, and then all the girls that were in line like waiting for Cameron to come back were like looking at me, and like she pushed in, and I was like, no. So I explained to the person next to me, I was like, I just need to give him this. And the mom who was next to me was like, yeah, okay. She didn't really understand what happened, but so he came back and he looked at me and he was like, are you okay? Because I think he kind of remembered that I'd met him like a few minutes ago. I gave him the letter and he was like, oh, thank you, beautiful. And then I like went to hug him, and we hugged, and then I walked off. It was a little bit awkward, but yeah, at least I got to give him the letter because I really wanted him to have the letter. After that, we didn't get back in the queue. We just kind of sat around. I mean the crowd. We didn't get back in the crowd because it was too much, and we were all too hot, and our legs hurt. So we just kind of sat around and like looked at the videos, looked at the pictures, cried, everything. So yeah, that's what we did, and then we got back in the merch room because I wanted a Taylor Kniff t-shirt as well, because I bought this and a Cameron Dallas top, the long sleeve black top, and I wanted the Taylor Kniff t-shirt as well. So I went back and I got that. I'll show you the merch. So I got this. This is just the Taylor Kniff t-shirt, and on the back of it, it has like the tour dates of Europe. So I really like that because Taylor was super sweet, so I bought his top because. And then I got this Cameron Dallas long sleeve top and this Magcon hoodie, obviously, and the poster and everything. They didn't do signings after the show because I don't know why. The security was like, they're not doing signings in the merch room, so if you're here for signings, like, go, because they're not doing them. So the show ended like sooner than we thought it was going to. So we said bye to our friends, and then we just kind of got in the car, and me and Jade were super tired because we got up at 5 o'clock like that day, like yesterday. So I went to bed at 11 and I woke up at 11 o'clock today. And I'm super sad that Magcon's over because like all I want to do is go back and like retake my pictures of them all. Because I feel like I didn't get good pictures of them all. And I don't know, like I'm just not happy with the pictures that I got, but I suppose that's life. Like if they ever came back, I'd obviously go again. I just wish I hadn't been so nervous when I was meeting them. So like if you go in, don't be nervous when you meet them, because you'll regret like not saying the things that you want to say to them, because it's literally like a minute to meet them all. They're like 2 pictures and then they give you your phone back and you have to move on. Like there's not time to say much to them apart from like while you're there. Like you can't like stop, like they can't give you your phone back and then you say the things. You have to go up to them, like say what you want to say to them. Like don't pause and like be nervous, because you'll regret it after, like I did. So yeah, I made this experience because before I went I watched loads of experiences, and because I wanted to see what it was going to be like. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe. If you want anything else about Magcon, like maybe a survival video or something, tell me in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.